Hey everybody, Barry here again. I'm filming this on the same day that I released day 4, so I'm going to call this video day 5 even though it's 8 o'clock in the night or something now and I'm starting, so I'll finish it up tomorrow and then post it. So what I'm going to do tonight is get the block ready for paint. I'm going to spend a little bit of time getting rid of this old scale and stuff here with the wire wheel and probably a chisel and a hammer. So I'm going to get it all taped off, make sure we're not going to get any dirt or grime or anything down in the cylinders, because I don't want to take the cam and the crank out. The bearings are, I assume, good in the crank, so I'm not going to mess with them. So let's get scraping. It could look better, but it'll work fine. I just want to clean this stuff up without getting anything inside the engine or whatever. So now I can start cleaning up this old flaky nasty rust and make it purple. Exciting. This is actually looking a lot better. I'm gonna go over the whole engine with the air blaster thing and a compressor after, just to make sure there's nothing left inside of here. As a last resort, I'll take the crank out and power wash the whole block, but I'd rather not have to disturb those crank bearings and haul the cam back out again. But this is looking pretty good. I'm just looking for this to be a nice uniform color with no big scales of rust or grease and oil stuff on it. Like there's still some left here. And of course I haven't touched any of this here yet, but this will look really nice with a couple hours work. Like anything, the more work you put into it, the better it'll be. While you're doing this, just remember to not wear the shirt that your wife just made you today, because yeah, a little bit of a mess going on here. So put on an old hoodie, something like that, and don't have your wife yell at you. Just getting ready to take these parts out, and I don't know what the gun wash got done to it, but it's like real chalky and weird looking. So I'm gonna let these dry up out here. Like, that's crazy looking. It's really freaky. I don't want any of that inside the engine. Well, most of the purple came off though. And I think this blue is going to be fairly easy to take off by the way it's scaling and flaking. So I'll go over these with the wire wheel after. Clean them all up and get them ready to paint silver. I think the gun wash is just making more work for me. I had some trouble making the paper fit over this correctly yesterday when I did it, and it's kind of hard to get all these cuts here, you know, the right angle and stuff like that. So I kind of came up with an idea. This is a gasket that fits there, or that way. So why can't I lay that down there, trace it out, and leave a little bit extra room on the outside, because the oil pump sits out a lot and it's going to make the paper kind of fold like this. So if I drew it a little bit wider the whole way around, cut it out, it should fit. And here's a general shape of our front cover paper. I left it a little bit bigger the whole way around so it can give room down here. And I'll cut it out and see how it fits now. All right, so here is our piece. See how it works? Could have made it a lot smaller, but I think it'll work okay. Well, turned out pretty much just as bad as the other one. I'll see if I can tidy it up a little bit. All right, all taped up, ready to paint. I'm gonna go over it with the engine silver first, the aluminum. Give it a couple of coats of that to make the base nice and even, and then we'll go on to the purple. First coat looks pretty even. Engine looks decent. Couple spots where I got some metal or paint flakes left over, but I'm not going for a crazy amazing paint job here. If I had the time and the resources, I'd have it hot tanked. This will work really well, and I think it's going to make a perfect base for that purple. So I'm going to cut this video off here before it gets too long. I might make a part 2 because today's not even over yet. But we got the engine painted silver. Parts taken out of the gun wash to be cleaned and painted. And then tomorrow, oh well, I got to do the heads yet too. But tomorrow I'll start doing some purple. I think I might assemble the engine, have it ready, and then paint it all purple to one shot. One thing I'm afraid of is if I paint them all separately, then they might get all separate amount of coats or different thickness levels, and I'll have issues with different shades because we're just metal cast paint. So tomorrow, that's what I'll do. Get it all ready, assembled. Got the pistons here, so I might do those first, and then we'll get this done